Jackson about last road frontage, and they said they don't think they're going to get it. Screw them.
Yeah, just screw them. That's what we're doing. Right. We're live. What's up, everybody? We took a practice round on our private group page just to make sure everything was working. So we should be live on Real Estate Weekly now. We'd love for you guys to share this because today we are going to give away a book. So you can share this anytime in the next week. It'll be saved to our page. Am I on the right page? Yeah.
Here we are.
We'll share it all week. We'll pull a name out of the hat. I'll mail you the book at my cost. Sure, why not? Anybody around the country, anyone in Lexington, so if you're in Lexington, we'll be happy to bring you the book as well. I have started reading it. I actually gave it to Lily, and she's been adding some of the people that are in the book onto her Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, a bunch of random people started adding her.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then this morning it was absolutely hilarious. So I guess one of the guys has got like 12,000 followers. So she sends him a message saying, thanks for following me back. And then he messaged her back, and it's like she was all starstruck this morning. It was kind of funny. So yeah, Lily, I'm making fun of you. I'm not sure if you're online right now.
It was really his assistant, but
yeah, that's what I was saying. You know what I told him? I was like, he's just talking to.
He's
talking to his Lily.
Yeah. Told her to say things.
So last week we were in Miami. Probably have to shorten that story a little bit, but yeah. Last week we were in Miami for United Real Estate's convention. We had an awesome time. Learned a bunch. We saw Mel Robbins. We got to hang out with Peter Geese and Dan Duffy, all the other people from corporate. Got to hang out with all the other offices from around the country. I think we're around like 85 offices now. 1,600 agents. Is that what they said? I don't remember the number of agents.
It's a lot.
It was a bunch.
Considering we had 50 at convention 5 years ago.
Oh my gosh, it was like literally it was a room, like it was just like 10 tables or something like that. Yeah. It wasn't even that many. It was maybe like 8 or 9 tables.
Wow.
And Jeff was there because Jeff is one of the original real estate agents that came over from the previous brand that we were. And so it's crazy watching it grow. And even like our holiday party, or just for our office, was legit. When you talk about, were you with the holiday party?
Yeah. He just came on board.
He just came on board. Like I looked at the crowd and I was like, holy crap. Where the hell are these people from? And then like started meeting people's families and like really getting to know people. And man, the amount of growth that we've had in the last 4 years, we're blessed as a company, but I think it's our product, our service to our agents is the bomb.
And it's our leadership from the top down.
Yeah,
I mean, that's huge.
Dan, Peter, and all those guys. I think it's really those kind of the kind of vision that they have is real big. And I think in Miami, I mean, it was a great time. I had too much fun.
Jason had a lot of fun.
Jason, who is a former state trooper, I did call him out on eating donuts. He retired. You weren't supposed to eat the donuts, but he still ate the donuts. Actually apprehended a suspect. But Jeff was there, so he can tell you the story a little bit better than I can.
We're down at the mall, and I had to buy some shoes because, long story short, I stepped in a huge water hole driving, leaving in Kentucky, and had to get some different shoes, and didn't have time to find other tennis shoes to pack. But anyway, we're shopping. We're down on the water. We just had some lunch at a fine, fancy restaurant called Hooters. Buy some shoes, and all of a sudden there's all this commotion going on outside the store. Apparently this guy had stole a $30 watch out of the store next door, and the little lady working the store was having a hard time apprehending him, so Jason decided to go out and stone cold the guy and put his knee in his chest and apprehend him for the local authorities there. So it was pretty funny. I really wish I could have been Facebook Live in this, but I was having to buy my shoes. It was a pretty funny story.
I didn't do anything that exciting. I just partied really hard for 5 nights in a row, but not too bad. I mean, I was home pretty early, being a good CEO, I guess. Kept it pretty tame. Tried to keep everybody else pretty tame. So Jason, for you guys that don't know, just Jason Carpenter, I didn't introduce anybody. Jeff Brewer, Eli Haddad. Jason has been licensed for about 2 months. Jason has closed 3 deals, has 2 pending. Pretty impressive stuff. You've been, I'm impressed with what you've been doing. I think you've been kicking butt. What'd you take from Miami that was like what was like the thing that you think most important that you pulled from that?
For me, learning about the company was huge. I love seeing who we are as a company and where we're going. The brand United, really learning about from Peter, from Dan, and just hearing the direction, the future of the company, how they're helping us differentiate as a company with different software coming out, different tools to aid us to do our job better. I'm really looking forward to applying, what I learned and be able to continue to help people. So I feel like the company really values us and comes alongside us and really wants our success. And so that makes it exciting to go to work every day.
I think one of my favorite things about we were the first franchise to open in the country. So Lexington is the first franchise. We just in Miami we won top affiliated office. We did almost 1,500 transactions last year. 275 million in sales. We recruited 52 agents, but we're on the ground level of something. Like, you think this is we were a first franchise. You imagine how much. I mean, it's just so cool to be involved in it.
Now we're at 85.
At 85, yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, 5 years.
And still people go, "Who's United?" I was at a dealership car yesterday, and they're like, "Who's United?" I was like, "Well, let me tell you."
Yeah. I mean, only 4 years old, and you think there's only 3 other offices that have more agents and more transactions than us, and they've all the youngest one of the youngest brand out of them. The other two brands I think is like 15 years old in Lexington. So we did got to 200 agents in 5 years, and it took them 15 years to do that. So we're
growing.
Yeah, we're growing. We're trying to keep getting market share, and I think we're doing something right. And I think I tell people this all the time. It's like our 100% commissions bring people in the door. It's our culture that keeps them here. And I don't really like that whole word culture. And I think you guys heard me say that before.
Well, it's a family, and
that's
kind of what I'm doing in Nashville too. I mean, what's cool about United is every city's different.
Yeah.
And every owner we're all different, but we're really all the same.
Yeah.
They're
all go-getters. They're all
But you go to approach it a different way. Like me in Nashville, I'm going. We built a stage in the office because we're in Nashville.
I think that's cool.
And we're bringing in musicians, like once a month, and we're offering free educational classes that one day a month, and then we're having an after mingle get together, and like we call it like Margarita Monday, and
that sounds
got artists coming in, and
I know when I'm visiting.
Speaking of Nashville, some exciting news maybe there.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, convention's gonna be in Nashville.
Convention's gonna be in Nashville. So
that was huge.
No
I was
pressure.
excited actually.
No pressure.
Yeah, that was I
expect to see all your Lexington agents in Nashville.
We may get a bus.
Yeah.
We may get a bus.
That'd be great. Charter a bus. Yeah.
We need to talk Peter into just let me sell awards tickets.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
Because then I can get 200 people.
Oh, easy.
Not 200, maybe 100. I'll load that place up.
Yeah.
If we can get 100 people from Lexington,
Come down for the Saturday night.
That's our goal. Everyone at LBAR, well, LBR, future LBR, everybody at URE, Lexington, our goal is 100 agents to Nashville. Can we do that?
I think
100
that's attainable. Yeah.
I get a bus. What's a bus hold? What do those charter buses hold? 45.
on DOT.
I don't know. I'm not. Probably probably at least 18, 20 rows.
Yeah,
Like
I
40
would
to
say
50 people.
40 people?
At least
Yeah.
40 people.
2 buses.
That'd be great.
Get somebody on that. I think
That'd be
Michelle's.
great.
I think Michelle was telling. Who did Michelle tell me she knows works at Gold Star? Gold Star? No, Gold Star's.
Gold
That's
Shield.
chill.
Gold Shield. I was thinking. Sorry. Okay, whatever. Chili limos. So I think. What about you, Jeff? What'd you take? Was probably the biggest thing.
Mel Robbins was fantastic. She talked really about taking over your fears, because no matter how confident you are, everyone has fears, and it's all about facing those fears and just going forward and doing it. I mean, you may make a mistake or whatever, but guess what? At least you tried. And I think, she's a fantastic speaker. If you haven't seen Mel Robbins, you should watch some of her TED Talks. And for us to have a speaker like that at convention, there was so much value into it. She alone made it worth the price of admission for going to convention.
Oh, I agree. And you know what I liked about that was that she got in the crowd, like got people on stage, really made people face whatever.
Yeah,
issue
it was one of the most powerful sessions I've ever
hands-on,
done.
yeah.
Yeah,
I've ever
yeah.
been.
I recorded a couple things. I mean, she went over everything from the basically just getting out of the fear of getting out of bed because you just don't want to do shit.
Yeah.
It's like
And the one slide she had, it was called confidence. It's nothing more than the decision to try.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
powerful in itself, for sure.
Yeah. So, just want to remind everybody there are people kind of logging in. If you guys would like a chance to win a copy of Gary Vee's book, Crushing It, I think he's for people that don't know Gary Vaynerchuk, he is a kind of a social media guru, even though he doesn't like the term guru. And the book's really about how entrepreneurs built their business with online media marketing and. Really good stuff in there. Really good stuff. So please share whenever you get it, if you can, and anybody that shares the video, whether it's live or not, you'll still get a chance to win. And I think we'll do the drawing next Wednesday to see who won last Wednesday. And then next week we'll give away another book. Maybe I'll give another one of these away. I bought like 10 of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got a question for you. So this being you're really starting probably your third month in the real estate business. What has been the biggest challenge for you so far in this business?
For me, it's probably a little different because I thought I would start out and kind of have time to maybe like go through the fast start training and do some things, but it's really just blown up for me, and so I'm finding myself playing catch up a lot and trying to learn the systems fast, and at the same time, while I'm doing that, I'm leaning on you guys, but at the same time, I'm trying to give great customer service, and so for me, I'm at an unfair advantage a little bit because I'm like running from person to person and trying to make sure they're getting their needs met and making sure they're finding what they want. At the same time, I have this desire though to keep learning the systems that are in place.
Yeah.
And so that's a big learning curve for me right now.
And as a new agent, would you recommend just jumping in the business and trying to do everything, or would you recommend them being with a mentor or on a team?
Oh, you've got to have a mentor. I mean, if you wouldn't have said, here, I'm going to give you an umbrella, I'm going to come and train you, I'd be sinking, and I think every person needs a mentor coming into this business, and someone that's successful. Just don't pick somebody that's out there and not doing anything. I mean, you're hustling, you've raised the bar, and now you've allowed me to be a part of your team, and I enjoy that because you've taken a huge lot of stuff off my plate. And now I can just focus on doing what I like to do, and that's meet people, work with people, and you've allowed me to just run and do that.
Yeah.
And so I think it's very important for anybody new in the business.
I think something key that you said is that your desire to learn and want to learn is key. I've been telling you about the book Traction, which you've been reading, and so our core we wrote our core values. Me and Bonnie and Fred sat together and wrote our core values, and one of them is being able to be coachable. And I think that's where a lot of people that come into the business are just not coachable.
Yeah.
That's
They
what,
are.
that hurts their success more than a lot of other things that they could be doing. I think, and I think it's crucial.
That's
I mean that's why I always try to give out books and suggest that read this book, check this out, and I'm not big on that whole self-help book stuff, that Tony Robbins stuff. I get it, I understand. It's never been my shtick, but whenever I can read like a business book that's gonna make my business better, I definitely go for it.
Yeah, I mean, having an open mind is huge. And no matter how long you've been in the business, I mean, you and I, we've been in the business for a long time, and we're still looking to be coached by someone.
Yeah, that's true.
And that person's looking to be coached by someone. If they're wanting to expand and grow their mind, grow their business, you have to do that. And, if you get into it and you think you already know everything, you're going to teach everything, it's going to make it a lot harder. And being positive. You can't be in this business with a negative attitude because throughout the day,
you're not gonna survive.
throughout the day, there's a lot of negativity. And, like Mel said it best, if there's a solution to the problem, there isn't a problem.
Yeah.
And you have to look at every situation in that business way. I mean, I had a terrible home inspection yesterday, and probably that deal's probably not going to make it.
Yeah.
But you know what the solution to that is? I'm going to go out and find this guy another house.
Yeah.
You can't dwell on that one falling through. And my best interest for him is to make sure he's getting in something he's comfortable with.
Yeah.
And he walked into the home. I was there before. And I was like, he walked in. I go, man. I was like, this probably isn't going to be the right place. So,
Yeah.
and it is what it is. But you can't come into this business and really focus on all the negative. If you do, you're really going to struggle and you're not going to be successful.
Yeah. Well, I think some people just generally like to complain anyway. But I think when you talk about positivity, and I mean, the definition of an entrepreneur is just somebody that's solving a problem.
Yeah.
That's why I always say real estate agents are entrepreneurs, because our job is problem solving.
Mm-hmm.
What do we deal
100%.
with?
Yeah.
You need to get finance. Well, that's a problem. We can solve
Yeah.
that for you.
Yeah.
We need to find your house. Well, that's a problem. We can find that for you.
Yeah.
You know, something comes up with the inspection. That's a problem. We'll solve it for you.
Yeah.
That's the definition of an entrepreneur. And again, when I talk about our core values, it's another term that was in our thing was having an entrepreneurial spirit, the ability to like really go out there and solve problems, want to learn, be positive. Those are words that we use in the core values that we set up. And then when you set up your core values, you can grade your employees and your team members based on those values. And if they don't match, those 5 values, if they get 4 out of 5, fine. If they get 3 out of 5, you can coach them up maybe. But if they're like 2 out of 5, that's not something
Probably
that's
not
on
the
your
right
team.
fit.
No,
Yeah.
they're not the right fit. So.
Yeah.
So I think probably one of the things that I enjoyed the most, and we talked about it on our group page,
Was the Lamborghinis and the Maseratis.
the Maseratis. I heard you guys walked out of a club, guy drunk as hell, backs into a 911. A guy in a Maserati backs
No, we
into
backed into a Lambo.
Lambo, backs into a Lamborghini.
That's crazy.
Both of them are drunk. They're not going to call the cops.
They just drive off.
They both drive off.
Traded paint. I'm like,
Traded paint.
wow.
That's cool.
Yeah, crazy.
Well, I mean, I guess if you can afford a Lambo, you probably either paid cash for it. I don't think they lease those cars.
No.
It'd be like $30,000 a month, maybe. I don't know what a lease would be on a.
I don't ask because I can't afford it. So.
I think one of the statistic that got me the most is that right now currently there are more real estate agents than there are listings.
Yeah.
So that means, man, I
That's
got my
nationwide.
tenure.
It's not here. It's
nationwide. Yeah. So it was close here.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking. There was 2,000 more listings sold than there
There
are
are
agents.
Yeah.
Like, think about that. So I think about the business when I started 10 years ago, and I know for a while a fax machine would come into the business, and that took a while for it to build up. Then the internet came in, and that took a while to build up. But now the business is changing quick.
Yeah.
I mean, it's shifting so fast compared to when I started 10 years ago. Because and I started 10 years ago, it was Zillow wasn't even a thing. And then I remember Zillow came into town, and I had the ability to buy all of Fayette County for like $460 a month. The whole county, all of the leads that came up through Zillow.
And you're like, there's no way.
Well, I did it for like 2 months, and then I was like, I'm going broke. I'm not getting any leads, and because it wasn't really doing that good. And that was back in, oh gosh, I don't even remember, 2010, 11, 12, something like that. Like, market was dead. People were doing their own thing. But now it's kind of like, okay, the first time home buyers are hard to get them property. It's all multiple offer. You've got to be aggressive in your offers. There's no, a contingency almost kills your deal.
Yeah.
And so now, like, as an agent, we have to do our business differently now. How we generate our business, it's got to be the people that we know, got to be the people that we trust, because basically now an online lead that just lost the deal with you write a contract with, went on the multiple offer, you offered more than asking price, they still lost the deal.
They have no confidence in you.
They have no confidence in you.
Yeah.
They have no confidence in you. But somebody that you know and trust, that's like, here's what happened, it's very well explained out, that person's they'll get crushed. They'll quit searching for houses before they'll go get another agent.
Yeah.
So that's what I got from it is like, all right, agents, we have to change the way we do business. It's a simple fact that you got to change the way you do business. If you're relying on online leads, that's great. It's only 18% of all closed deals. 18%, So it's not, there's not enough there to really that's why the leads that are coming in sometimes are coming in kind of crappy, is because, man, there's 10 people going to call that lead. And you know what somebody did to me once? I think they're just being a prick. They used my phone number to look up Zillow information. So they must have they were probably searching property.
Yeah.
Just copy pasted my number, and I got 45 calls in 3 days from real estate agents. And they're like, why are you, and one of them texted me, it was an agent that I knew, and he's like, why are you looking at Zillow to look up properties? I was like, well, their app actually looks better, but that wasn't me. But, so I mean, what I learned from Miami was like, man, everyone has to change the way they're doing business.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, who knows what's going to happen 18 months down the road. I don't
Change
know.
the way we're doing business. We're Facebook Live now.
Yeah, I know. I kind
So,
of like Facebook Live.
Like speaking of that, so like as a new agent, and like I know that I'm seeing some different people watching, and I know there's a new agent that's watching right now. So like, what you as the leader of this company, and we got some exciting things going over here off Pasadena and some things like that. What sets us apart so they know the difference with United and the brand?
Well, I think what's going to shift in the market is there's going to be a change in real estate at some time in the next 5 to 10 years, and that is it's going to diminish the number of agents that are going to be in the market because the commission dollars won't be there like it was. The reason that we did the 100% commission model is because I saw it 5 years ago. The leaders, Peter and them, saw it years ago. The 100% commission model has been around for 20 years. And it's been around. United is the first national franchise to really go after doing it. When they did it, what they saw is that every time an industry comes in, internet or anything like that, some value gets taken away and gets returned to the consumer, right? So as a broker, I see our consumer are the agents, so we try to reduce the cost of our doing business as much as we possibly could so that you can control your business as much as you possibly can. So I think from our standpoint and in the way we set up our company is that we're ready for any big change that may occur in the market, because let's just say that the standard listing price goes from 6% to 3%, that it has to be split. I mean, that's totally possible. There could be some technology out there that absolutely crushes a buyer rep or a seller rep. I don't know what it could be. I mean, just last week just 2 days ago, I read an article about an artificial intelligence system that put 6 top lawyers against the artificial intelligence system. The artificial intelligence system got its data from law professors and had read a bunch of case studies. They gave both the 6 lawyers and the artificial intelligence the information. They gave them 4 different contracts. They went it through the system. The attorneys found X number of mistakes. The artificial intelligence system found all of the mistakes in the system. So now that's an attorney's job getting taken over by artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Now, is that going to happen in real estate? Possibly. I don't know, and I don't know how it'll affect the market. I have no clue. But it's already happened to doctors. The Watson system that IBM came up with. That's already, you can go in and it's going to catch cancer 9 times more likely to catch the symptoms of cancer than a normal doctor will.
Right.
Top doctors in the country.
Right.
So how that's going to affect real estate, I don't know. But I think we're structured in a way that we can.
If something happens,
we're ready for that. I mean, people talk about these large companies. They're just big ships that get moved around. You know how it's like a big ship. You can't turn it that quickly. So I think we're ready for any kind of shift in the market. And I think if anybody wants to look up anything that may shift the market, I think it's going to be blockchain, which I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's basically the stuff that they make Bitcoin out of, the information that creates a Bitcoin. I think that's going to have something to do with it. I've been reading about Ethereal or something, one of these companies that is the Bitcoin is backed by real estate. I'm not sure. I can't remember what the exact thing was. So I think there's going to be a shift, and I think we're ready for it.
Right.
So
That's good.
So, what do you guys think? Pretty good episode, right?
It's good,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did we have any questions?
Any questions? I've just got. Any of you guys have questions? You want to hit me up with any questions right now? I see a lot of friends are watching. Does anybody have any questions about the market, about United, about anything we learned in Miami? Just shoot us a question here real quick.
We have about 16 buyers needing properties too, so if you've been thinking about selling your house,
Yeah. How about some profiles?
Shoot.
What are you guys looking for?
I'm looking for ranch, single level, north of Scott County, 170,000, all brick, then I'm looking for a 4 to 5 bedroom, about 3,000 square feet, Madison County, with a basement. We got a lot on the market.
I'm looking for duplexes and fourplexes. Anybody's got anything that wants to get rid of? It has to be a pretty decent neighborhood, close to campus, anything like that.
Aplex. We got a client looking for an Aplex anywhere, Central Kentucky.
Yeah.
We got anybody that's got a farmland around Lawrenceburg, that would work as well. We got a client looking for a farm in Lawrenceburg, and I've got so many I should have put a list down.
Yeah, we should maybe
got
do
a
that.
vision board up there, but yeah.
Yeah.
And if you want to sell, give us a call. We'll be happy to come in and talk to you about listing your property, and we may have a buyer for you already. So
Yeah.
Well, cool. If we don't have any questions, I'm gonna figure out how to turn this thing off, and then we will see you guys next Wednesday. I think we're gonna bring Jason back. He's a cool dude.
pretty good, right?
Yeah, you're all right for a former police officer.
All right.
Oh wait, before you go, I got one story to tell.
Okay.
So everybody's got to hear the story. I don't want to make. I don't know this person, so we're on the airplane. We're flying back, and the girl's sitting beside me. I'm in the very front row. You brought up polices and donuts. That's why I thought about this story. So I'm in the very front row. She comes in. She's moving real slow. She's sitting down beside me, and she's like moving. She's like, I just had surgery. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I was like, you okay to fly? She goes, yeah, I'm just really, really sore. And I was like, what'd you have done? She goes, well, I had lipo done. I had liposuction. I was like, wow. She goes, you ever seen it done? I was like, yeah, I've seen it. I was like, she goes, but I'm really sore. Like, my thighs, my stomach, my back, everything's really sore. I was like, man. I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, it's going to be a rough flight with turbulence, and she's bouncing around, barely moving. When Michelle Gunter, our agent here, she gets on the plane, and she sees me. She's got a box of Krispy Kreme donuts. She looks at me, she's like, hey, do you want a donut? And I was like, no, I'm good. I was like, these cheeks, I don't need any more donuts. And I looked at the girl beside me, I was like, would you like a donut? I was just testing her. She goes, I would love one of those. So I was like, she just came and spent 10 grand on lipo, and like she's eating Krispy Kremes before she gets back home. I was like, wow.
Oh my God.
But I felt bad. I felt like I guilted her into the donut, but she enjoyed it. So anyway, y'all have a great week.
Yeah, have a great week. And somebody
See you
left
next
a
week.
message about getting an Aplex. So there you go, Jeff.
Awesome.
Talk to you guys later.